About the bells event. About the bells.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
This stairwell looks promising.
This is the first.
This looks like the portrait from the map. Now, where's the treasure?
What's this one about?
The bells must be upstairs. Ah, found them. I'll have to get those up there somehow. Wingardium Leviosa, perhaps. Here. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. One up, one to go. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Oh, that wasn't too hard. Evangeline should be pleased about this, even if Black isn't.
My mother sent me a howler.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
Hogsmeade against trolls. You know, there is.
The bells are back up, Evangeline.
Oh, you're a credit to the school. I can't wait to hear them. I can't wait for the headmaster to hear them. I wish I could see his face. Future generations may not truly appreciate what you've done, but I do. And I hope that you do as well. You don't know how much this means for me and for Hogwarts.
Madam Green had
Revelio.
we'd be lost without you.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
Wish I could afford my own room.
This looks like the portrait from the map. Now, where's the treasure? Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Aha! There was a doorway hidden within the portrait. I wonder what came of Arthur's search.
Owls must be incredibly intelligent.
What have you learned?
If I could have a moment.
Hello, Arthur. Thought you might like to know.
Oh, how clever! He shooed me out of there, but not before.
I found what I believe is North.
Oh, that's... Seems as though we both had success. Well, on to the next Hogwarts mystery. Wonder if a quick run...
Hello, Sophronia. That was quite the...
Good test of one's knowledge, isn't it? I'm actually working on something equally interesting. Are you familiar with Herodiana Byrne? Don't answer that. She's only the single greatest Depulso master.
How interesting.
It's a travesty. I often read about great witches in my limited free. Whilst reading about her, I learned, but in typical clever Herodiana fashion, one...
And you're a third...
Quick one, aren't you? According to what I've read, would you get Herodiana's signature outfit and...
If you tell me where to go...
Simply go to the Hall of Herodiana. There, you'll find a series of Depulso puzzles.
Very well. I shall let...
I can't wait to see Herodiana's famous ensemble. Perhaps I'll make myself a copy.
Not to put too much dragon manure on your...
Suppose I should look for that secret hall Sophronia told me about. It does sound interesting. Revelio. Here. Leviosa. Defender. Revelio. This must be the entrance to the Hall of Herodiana. Herodiana. Better go inside and find those puzzles. I want to see if Herodiana Byrne was as good as Sophronia said she was. Accio! That chest looks interesting. That wasn't too hard. I wonder what's next. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Just one left. I see. The switch reset everything. Good to know. That's the last of them. And this must be the last piece of Herodiana's ensemble. It is remarkable. No wonder Sophronia wanted to see.
I doubt Scrivener would stand for that.
But if I said it was for an...
Sophronia, I solved all.
Incredible!
Of course.
Oh, how grand! You'll look as You're my second favorite hero!
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help. Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
I'm not sure about this. I can't imagine they're fond of being surprised.
We don't have a choice if we want to help the Snidgets. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. Never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
Speaking of secrets, I do want to tell you why Victor Rookwood's after me. He's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock's after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps explain a bit about what we saw back at Horntail Hall. Of course, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. Even the centaurs won't know.
We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fine.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah, I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continues to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Very well. I'll speak with them.
I knew I could rely on. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by. Meet me here after you have spoken. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying...
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken...
What do you mean?
I'm a security guard at Gringle. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleague.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now...
I shall do all I can to get evidence.
Very well. Here's the note I received.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check that.
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps...
Mr. Dibble, may I...
I've nothing to say about him.
Please, sir, I would like to...
You know the Bickles?
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind...
Oh, he's a good man. But even he... It started a few weeks ago. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be...
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship...
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly, in an instant. He said, your secret is safe. I've been able to cover for his, but I can't keep it out for much longer.
Thank you for telling me.
I would love nothing more than to see... As for Rosie's letter, should you...
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me. I wondered if I might speak with you about your...
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. But I feared Harlow's return.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle...
Perhaps. But...
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence.
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, as a surprise for her birthday, one she never had. One day, Harlow came calling. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified. And I watched helplessly, lying there in my entrance. I was shaken to my core.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again.
I suppose I have no choice. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. Like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Revelio. Revelio. Natty must be around here somewhere. Revelio. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio. Revelio.
Not saying I don't have the odd.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her. Footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Accio. A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Revelio. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
I don't trust Randolph. It's not gonna work. It might. Using that girl as bait.
Lumos.
Coming for her. We ought to just kill her.
Arlo says her friend has been reckless.
Revelio.
He wants them alive.
Lumos.
Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
Just keep an eye out.
Do you remember the first life you took? Can't say I do.
All a bit of a blur at this point.
So tell us.
What? I ain't allowed back in Glad Rags on account of my light fingers. Hey! Well, something not right here.
Perhaps it's dinner I'm hearing.
So tell us. Revelio.
Did you hear that? I know I'm not hearing things.
I don't mind breaking a few bones.
Loud as a troll. Be on the lookout for the girl's friend. If they're daft enough to try to come through here.
So tell us.
I've had enough of Spellcroft, and I never...
Ha! Get back here or I'll let you... Blackfoot, you little coward! Neon, Tango, Reducto!
What kind of magic is that one?
Where did you go, coward?
Leviosa.
Might want to look up. Expulso!
Revelio. Book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back. Lumos. He must be here somewhere.
Revelio. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rick here. I need your help.
Mr. Rabe? Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able
Revelio.
It must be blocked by something.
Revelio.
My wand is somewhere in this room. I can tell.
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
What?
Mr. Abe's wand could be in there. Lumos. If Natty couldn't summon Mr. Abe's wand from her cell, it must be blocked by something. Mr. Abe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Abe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you'd best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Hey!
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow one.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher.
Lumos.
Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're...
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several in addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is, I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. We'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do. I should let Deke know about the newborn Thestral. Hello, Deke. You'll be pleased to...
How wonderful to have more.
I'm sorry that we both can...
Deke is privileged to see such majestic beasts.
What do you mean to...
Years ago, Deke's master ordered Deke to... The phoenix was the most beautiful beast Deke had ever seen. When Deke hesitated to climb up the cliff as ordered, as Deke punished himself, Master grew angrier and angrier, and in his frustration, Deke suspects the phoenix was protecting eggs when it swooped down in fear and fury. Before Deke could reach him, Master fell from the cliff. Deke stayed on that cliffside for days, punishing himself, before Tobbs found...
What a horrible tale.
Deke has only told Professor Weasley that story. Deke often wonders what became of that phoenix. Deke feels fortunate to be at Hogwarts now, helping you rescue beasts. Perhaps Deke can make amends.
Professor Fig, the Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And, sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. All right. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I've actually met Scrope, but I'm not sure he'll tell me. He's rather devoted to the Black family.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the Ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
Really? Why can't we talk about potions here? Seems fine to me.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student...
When I witnessed what passes for magic in these halls, I simply mourn for the future of the wizarding world.
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you.
Headmaster? Here, what could you want?
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children!
Professor, a word?
Professor Black. Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
I should think you'd have better things to do with your time. Now, where's my elf?
Good day, Professor. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
If we were simply taught antidotes to common poisons, I truly think that would be enough to get us through life. I say, teach me everything going. In fact, if Hecate doesn't hurry up...
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better!
My family has a
I hope it's not about anything I've been doing.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand that man.